Hey guys, xin chào. Tên tôi là Alicia và đây là Alicia Learns Vietnamese. Last week I introduced the rất vui khi được gặp các bạn challenge. And I promised for anyone who subscribed that I would explain in this week's video what the heck I was doing with my hands when I did my example video and I was speaking in Vietnamese. So you probably noticed a lot of like this, random little hand movements that you may or may not have noticed actually corresponded with the words I was saying in Vietnamese. So what I was doing was kind of showing which tone to use for each of those words. And that is a strategy that I started doing kind of subconsciously when I was really starting to practice focusing on my pronunciation and focusing on the tones. And then I later remembered that that's actually a language learning strategy called TPR, Total Physical Response, that's often used for children. So you'll teach a new vocabulary word and simultaneously associate it with a physical movement. So for example, maybe I want to teach the word ang, and I show ang to show that the meaning of the word is to eat. So obviously this kind of movement wasn't necessarily correlated with the meaning of the word, but instead it was to help me remember the tone. And that's something that I have seen on so many posts and forums in the VLL community of people being like, how do I memorize all this new vocabulary, not only with the new vowels that don't exist in my native language, but also with the tones. And that was something that was so difficult for me when I very first started learning. I would remember sort of a skeleton of the word. I would usually remember the consonants. I would remember that there was an O in there somewhere, but I wouldn't remember necessarily, was it regular O with hat, O with a hook? So I wouldn't remember the actual letter, and I definitely wouldn't remember the tone. This is something that I think has just kind of naturally gotten easier over time, maybe with more familiarity and more repetition of seeing the words. But this strategy of using TPR, which actually engages the right hemisphere of the brain to help you remember things, has also been really useful. So there's just a little strategy for your toolbox that I wanted to share with any new VLLs who are struggling with that right now. In terms of the Rất vui khi được gặp các bạn challenge, I am getting some submissions from native speakers, which has been really exciting, and I'm going to start sharing those with you guys in the next couple of weeks. If you are a native Vietnamese speaker, please send in an introduction video. We would appreciate it so much. Keep studying, I'll do the same, and I'll see you guys here next time. Tạm biệt.